thinking about the concept that sometimes we think more spending somehow leads to better help for families. And that certainly doesn't seem to be true without reforms to the programs that we have. I think about the fact that in New York City, their housing authority, one of America's largest housing authorities, we see that 1 in 5 public housing residents remain in its programs for more than 40 years. Does not sound like the road to the American dream to me. 20% of the residents, the New York City's housing authority programs, are there for 4 decades. That sounds like cycles and cycles of folks living in public housing. Can't be good for them and certainly not good for anyone else. So I welcome a discussion on how we figure this out and moving forward. Think about the fact that when you think that money is the only solution to some of the challenges that we face, I think about the fact that during COVID, we spent billions of dollars on housing subsidies. And in addition to that, we typically spend billions of dollars regularly every year from the federal government. Despite this extra spending, or perhaps because of it, housing costs have certainly skyrocketed since 2020. You think about the fact the average sales price of a home has ballooned from $383,000 beginning in 2020 to $535,000 in 2022. Every rational economist would say a 40% increase in the cost of housing cannot be good for people buying houses. Instead of trying to cut back on the regulatory burdens or increase the supply of housing, this administration is dead set on inflating the demand. Examples of this abound, including FHFA's recent actions that will penalize borrowers who have done the right thing, saving for a down payment or increasing their credit scores. At the same time, cost continues to increase. The bureaucracy continues to increase. In just over a decade, HUD's budget has ballooned from $32 billion in FY 2014 to $73 billion in FY 2022. That's almost 100.
Hello, friends. A big and important day is coming up for many Americans. And did you know that many of you may be able to claim a missing stimulus check? Government officials have confirmed that rebate checks worth up to $2,500 will begin to be sent out very soon. And all eligible Americans will receive this money via automatic deposit. My dear friends, can you please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for all of the details? Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning the giveaways. The government issued $931 billion in stimulus checks in 2020 and 2021 to help Americans get through the worst days of the crisis. But more than 1.5 years later, the lost federal stimulus payments started going out. Some people still have not received their cash. If you are one of millions of Americans who are owed a stimulus check, you may be able to claim the amount as a recovery rebate credit on your 2020 or 2021 federal tax return. You can qualify for the recovery rebate credit only if the Internal Revenue Service did not provide you a stimulus payment, or if you received a partial payment. To find out whether you missed out on money that you were entitled to, you can contact the Internal Revenue Service, review your IRS online account, or use a tax agency's Get My Payment tool. 3 rounds of crisis stimulus checks were issued in 2020 and 2021. The income requirements for the recovery rebate tax credit are the same as for the stimulus payments. So if a stimulus check missed you, or if you received a partial payment, know that you may be eligible for additional cash if you file a federal tax return and claim the credit. According to government officials, many Americans don't entirely grasp how stimulus payments affect their taxes. The stimulus payments were advance tax credits because the IRS gave you money in advance of filing your tax return. The recovery rebate credit is considered a refundable credit, meaning it can reduce the amount of taxes you owe, or it can generate a refund to you. If the Internal Revenue Service issued you a stimulus check, but it got lost, you should not file for the recovery rebate credit, but instead ask the tax agency to trace the payment. Additionally, you also are not eligible if you don't have a Social Security number. If you can claim missing or partial first and second round stimulus payments only on your 2020 federal tax return, any missing or partial third round stimulus payments can be claimed on your 2021 federal tax return only. So friends, if you're behind on your tax returns, you have until September 30th to file your 2020 taxes penalty-free. Taxpayers who received extensions to file their 2021 returns must submit those by October 17th. It is essential to understand that a stimulus payment is not taxable. The IRS has issued guidance stating that you do not need to include the amount in your gross income or pay taxes on the money. According to the Montana Department of Revenue, Montana residents are set to receive a tax rebate that is worth up to $2,500 this coming July. The state of Montana expects to start issuing the payments on July 1st. The amount that taxpayers will receive will either be the amount a resident reported when filing or $1,250 for single filers and $2,500 for married couples who file joint returns, whichever is less. To qualify for this money, a Montana resident must have been a resident of the state for the whole 2021 tax year, which started on January 1st, 2021, and must have also filed several documents. Additionally, eligible recipients must not have been claimed as a dependent by another taxpayer in 2021, and the amount of money they entered in line 20 of their 2021 Montana Form 2 must be greater than zero. This rebate will be sent via direct deposit or by mail, depending on how a state taxpayer requested their refund or how they paid their taxes on their most recent state income tax return. Individuals who requested their refund through direct deposit will likewise have this rebate sent to them electronically, while those who requested their refund as a paper check will receive this rebate in the mail. My friends, if you are a Montana resident who is eligible for the payment, you don't have to take further steps to ensure to receive it. The state's revenue department will automatically send out the rebate checks. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. My dearest friends, thank you so much for being part of this community and for being here every single day. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing more winners for the $75 Walmart gift card this coming Friday. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Monday.